What's up, YouTube? Cardfight TV here, and I want to talk about the new episode of Cardfight Vanguard Asian Circuit. And from the last episode, it ended with us seeing Team New L4. So Team Q4 and Team New L4 are about to have a card fight, as we can see, and Team New L4 consists of Ren, Asuka, and Kai. And I don't know why they chose Tetsu over Asuka. Me personally, I think Tetsu is way better. But okay, so as we see, we know that Ren doesn't have Psyqualia anymore, so that in turn makes him have a completely different personality, and he's like happy, he's childish, and he's like, you know, he's like a good guy now. And you know, I like this Ren better. He's pretty cool. But when we see that Kai, he kinda, it's more like Kai's the leader of this team, not really Ren. That's what it looks like to me. Like, Kai's the one that's saying everything, and he's responding to all of Team Q4's like questions and stuff like that. So, you know, skipping ahead, they have rules for their fight. So the rule for this fight is you start off at 2 damage and you end at 8 damage. And that's pretty intense, because that means counterblast and limit break, and just, it's gonna be like a crazy fight, we can already tell. So they do the random shuffle to see who's going up against who, and me personally, I wanted it to be Kai going up against Misaki, because Misaki is terrible, and there's a chance, like, there's no chance that Kai would lose. That's what I mean. So they do the shuffle, and Misaki ends up going against Asuka, and Misaki's just gonna lose anyways, because Misaki's awful. She's just not good, and that's just how it is. But what really gets on my nerves is that Kamui has to go against Kai, and Kamui's actually really good, and to me he's the best player on Team Q4. He rarely loses. So the fact that he has to go against Kai, who has like only 1 loss this whole entire anime that I've seen, and that was against Ren, there's no way that he's gonna lose. So Kai goes up against Kamui, Ren goes up against Aichi, which that's pretty cool. I guess I'll enjoy that fight, so I'm expecting good stuff from it. And Misaki goes up against Asuka, which I'm sure Asuka's gonna win, because Misaki, she sucks. That's all I gotta say. So they start off fighting, and so far, you know, things look even in Aichi's match. I'm just gonna talk about the whole match as one. Actually, I'm gonna save that for last. Let me start with Kamui's match. In Kamui's match, you know, it's going decently up until Kai rides Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion. So the counter blast lets him attack every single unit on his enemy's row, in the front row. So he uses the skill and he attacks, and the way the card works, it's kind of confusing, because if you want to guard, you have to guard for every single unit you have. That's why I think it's like too good, me personally. And the fact that they can go up to 8 damage in this game, that means they're going to end up using it twice. So Kamui doesn't guard, and after that, you know, Kamui tries to fight back. He attacks with everything he has, but that just sets Kai up for a limit break again. So Kai uses it again, and that's how he ends up winning the match. Kai, he never loses, so it's expected. Well, moving on to Misaki's match, which is pretty decent. Like, Asuka to me is really good. She has like good combos and all this stuff, and she's doing really good in her match. I hope she wins, because Misaki is, she's really bad. She's terrible. There's nothing good about her skills. I mean, Oracle Think Tank, her Oracle Think Tank is just normal. There's nothing special. But Asuka's doing some pretty good combos. She has Misaki on the ropes. So right now it looks like she's winning. We don't really get to see anything else. I think they're about 5 to 4 damage right now. and you know, it's pretty even. Nothing really is happening. So they go on to Aichi and Ren's match, which we're bound to see some kind of psyqualia going on. So the fight's going on, and Aichi, he like senses the psyqualia. So like that just starts, it gets me wondering, like I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's like psyqualia is about to come to someone. So I'm seeing that Ren starts sensing it too. So all of a sudden we see like deja vu against his match with I'm not sure what his name was, but against in the final match that they had in the first series of the Asian circuit. So it looks like Tamako, who is, I'm guessing he's like the main antagonist in this series, because it looks like he's going against Aichi. To me, he's the one that's in Aichi's way. So he ends up giving psyqualia to both of them. And it's pretty cool because Aichi's psyqualia is purple. No, not purple, but blue. And Ren's is red. So it's like, I'm guessing that Ren's memory is actually wiped out, unlike Aichi's is. Because when Ren gets psyqualia back, it's like he's never had it before, and he goes kind of crazy with the power like he did last series. So he gets the psyqualia, and they see Spectral Duke Dragon winning. So I'm guessing it's about to be the same thing that happened in the first round of the Asian circuit. So unless Aichi can do something to stop it, it looks like Ren won this match. But we don't get to see the rest of the match until, you know, everything's, or we don't get to see the rest of the match until the next episode. So, you know, it's pretty good. Like, this episode is really good. It looks like Team Q4 is going to lose. I don't see how Misaki can win, because again, Misaki is just terrible. She sucks, okay? And Aichi doesn't look like he's going to win either. So unless Aichi uses his psyqualia, it doesn't look like there's any hope for him. So, you know, that's that. This episode was pretty nice. I'm hoping for some pretty epic stuff to go down next episode. It looks like everything's going good. Asuka's, you know, looks like she's about to win. It kind of sucks that Tetsu's not on the team. I was hoping to see what, you know, if he had any new cards in his deck or anything like that. But it seems he's the coach for the team, so I mean, that's good too. It doesn't look like he really cares, but I think Tetsu's just like, as long as it's him, Ren, and Kai, he's gonna be happy either way. So that ends this episode. I hope you guys liked the review. So like, comment, subscribe, and check out the next episode. So see you guys later.